Okay. So, the seven deadly sins, are they destroying us, not only us, but the whole planet? Maybe. Quite possible, I think. But why? Why is it happening? I don't think there are really good and bad people. I think sometimes good people do bad things, and sometimes bad people do good things. So there's a lot of grey areas. You know, I don't think everything's as black and white as in the movies where there's the goodies and the baddies. Usually it's 50 shades of grey. So also we've got to address why. Why do people commit bad actions? I think there are bad actions, there are not bad people. So the sins, I suppose, are the bad actions. But actually, even that, I think that most of them in small amounts can be a good thing. Like take pride, I think it's good to have a little bit of pride in your appearance and a little bit of pride in what you do. If you just have a small amount of that, I think that's good. Even with lust, I think a little bit of lust, it brings joy, it brings passion. It can be a good thing. It's part of the amazing kind of emotions in life. To never experience lust, I think would be a bit sad, really. But it's when it goes too far, isn't it? And there's definitely some of them in our culture, in the Western world, that's gone way too far. Lust is probably one, and gluttony is probably the most obvious one, I think. Don't want to name any countries, that would be mean, but there are certain countries where it does seem like gluttony has literally exploded. But we have to address why. Why do people overeat? And it probably is really, because it's a comfort eating, isn't it? There's a void, that they're feeling unloved or something like that. I'm not a psychologist, but there's probably some kind of lack, so they're making themselves feel better through food. Again, I don't think there's anything wrong with enjoying your food. I think you should enjoy your food. It'd be a shame not to, wouldn't it? But when it goes too far, then we see the results is it's not good. And it's certainly not good for the person, is it? So I think what you can say with all of these sins is that if you take them to the extreme, anything taken to the extreme, it's really going to be bad, for the person, really, more than anything. So like in Christian religions, and it was always taught, if you commit one of these sins, you'll go to hell, you'll be punished in hell. Well, I think no, you'll punish yourself in this life. If you end up so huge that you can't move, then that is your hell. That becomes your hell, doesn't it? And, if, say, greed, if you get so much money and power that you probably live in fear that someone's going to take that away from you, and you've got to guard it, and that everyone's after your money. They're all after your money. They're trying to take your power. You're gonna create this kind of prison for yourself, really, and you won't have the freedom to go anywhere, because people might be trying to, steal from you all the time, or if you've, taken it by kind of evil means or whatever, evil, bad means, then, you might have enemies who are, wanting to hurt you in some way. So I think people create their own hell through these kind of sins. What's another one? Look, pride again with the appearance thing. People who have plastic surgery say, it's taking it to the extreme, isn't it? And usually they go way too far and end up just causing themselves all sorts of health problems, and usually completely backfires and makes them just look pretty awful, if you ask me. Which is another sad part of our culture, but it's fueled by this obsession with vanity and pride, and that's maybe all you're worth, that's your only value, is how you look, and once you go down that road, I think we're seeing the consequences of that. and how it's not good. Certainly not good for the person, and it's not good to witness either, is it? It's not good for our society, I don't think. So yeah, I think we do need to address these 7 deadly sins in ourselves and find a way of handling these emotions without running away with them, without them, like they say, if you don't learn to control your emotions, then your emotions will end up controlling you. And that's the danger.